Hello, welcome to my tube. My name's Marge. I'm a Hilk empath. I just like having these little talks, these little conversations on the way I feel about things. And being Hilk empath, you always feel some kind of way, whether it's your feelings or through the collective energy. Yeah? Are you feeling it, Ma? It's ramping up. Truth is light. Light is frequency. Everybody's is raising because people are stepping into the truth, into their light, how the reality of how things are. And the reality is really much broader than we've been told. For years and years, mom was, mom was, I was getting frustrated at the phone because, see, we are frequency, and when we vibe high and when we are powerful, we freaking disrupt this shit. So it don't matter if you have the most update technology. It don't matter if you have the newest, latest, and greatest bells and whistles. None of that shit matters. What matters is your frequency. And so when I get annoyed and shit like that, this stuff becomes obsolete. I can't even use it. Like, I started listening to a talk on the tube, and then I was like, I'm gonna do my talk on my own. So I was trying to get out of YouTube, and like my screen was stuck sideways, and I can't, and sometimes it doesn't even recognize my fingers when I touch the screen, you know. And it ain't the tech; it's just us. We vibe. We are electricity, just like these things that get plugged in, that get charged. It's ain't no different. Except we're supposed to be recharging our batteries and instead of these plugging into the wall, we are supposed to be plugging in our consciousness to source, God, creation. People have spent so much energy, effort in the last however long, how all the story goes, because civilization, it keeps having an opportunity. God has given us a chance and everything we need to have heaven right here on earth. Heaven right here on earth. You don't gotta die to experience heaven. We can have it right here on earth. Well, what happens is this control paradigm, this patriarchal, do as I say, not as I do. All this shit, it's out of hand. And so because that happens, because it gets so rampant and people's self-will get run riot, that's why civilizations don't last longer than 500 years, and we only in it 250. We ain't even in it 250 years. Now it's like this fall of this civilization has come and left that less of a lifespan, you know. And it was only 4 of these civilization resets since JC, Jesus Christ, walked the earth. And he said he was never going to walk the earth again, and I don't blame the guy. I don't blame the guy at all. If he saw the earth, I mean, how you know he sees the earth and he's in it every day, but he's just got to be shaking his freaking head going, how do they think a man that lives in the desert is white? Why do they keep making me white, He's lived in the desert. Ain't nobody else over there white, but they always depict Jesus Christ as a white man. It's so funny to me. But JC's, the vibe is a frequency. He's love. He's what wants the best for everyone. He's the one that will wash your feet because he knows how important it is to care for people's feet, because that is the nerve endings of your whole entire body, and sometimes people can't reach their feet, so we got to be there for everybody else. This I learned a long time ago. I'm an Aries sun. It beat me down. I beat myself down learning the lessons of learning that my ego I'm not here to serve my ego. I am here to serve God in service, to help people heal their hurts and their harms and their pains, because Lord knows I've had a lot of my own. I have. But I'm so joyful and I'm so happy that people can struggle and hurt and just get to the point where they don't even want to live anymore. Not that they're going to take their own life. Sure, shit, people do that enough. But the thing of it is you don't have to. If you hang on a little while longer, you put your faith in source, God, you put your faith in God above all else. I've heard stories about how he's pulled men out of being entombed. buried alive, and God has grabbed them by the scruff and pull them up through concrete. God's miracles are just they're beyond what any people can think of. In the thing that people get stuck on is they're thinking of, did you vote? Are you going to vote? Yeah, this is an important election. It is a very important election. I've considered World War III for years and years. When I always looked at and wondered if there was ever going to be World War III. I knew deep inside me that World War III is of the spiritual variety. World War III is a spiritual warfare. You know, people are either going to learn to stand steadfast in their faith and not live in fear, or they're going to, well, it ain't gonna bode well. It ain't gonna bode well. People don't come into their faith. See, because there's some of us that are so faithful, we ain't gonna let the rest of you wreck it for us. We're gonna find our own little pocket of heaven, and no matter what shit gets thrown at us, no matter what shit, we're gonna still find our silver lining in that shit. Because we got lights. And he said light in the song right when I said lights. We make our own light. We are the light of this earth. And I get my light from my mom, my beautiful mom, who's right here, who I get to hang out with every day. And how many people that don't get to do that? You know, that's why I take extra good care of my mom, for all the people who didn't have an opportunity to get to take care of theirs. It's not fair, so I gotta take care of mine extra for everyone, right? So, how long have I been going? I'm out of practice to talk, and I've only been talking 7 minutes. Let's see. I heard a pretty cool talk. I like when people tell me about talks and stuff, and there is this one that I listen to as my bedtime story. Sometimes I listen to it for bedtime stories. Where's my history? Library. Where is it? The Q team's takedown of the cabal from A to Z. I listened to the rest of it this morning. But, it's pretty interesting about Trump's world tour, about how he went around the world and said, we got you, and your nefariousness. We got you. And it's all, see, Mom, it's all, you gotta be in special clubs to know what the symbolism of things are. Because they do things, like, for instance, when he went to the UK, to England, and he went and let the Queen know that her gig was up, and all of the evils that she has done, it's over, her reign is over. Like, he was walking in front of her. And there was all these things from when he went to visit other countries to let these country leaders know, we got you. Your gig is up. No more selling people. No more human traffic. They all profited, and they all... He's like, yeah, she's draining the swamp. He's draining the swamp, folks. Can I get a piece of Kleenex? I'm a little concerned that it's gonna run down my face, and I don't really want to start this talk over. Thanks, Ba. I could always count on my ma. So, what else is going on in the news today? We don't even know what's going on. Yesterday, the big deal around here was the Catholic Church, the Vatican, coming out and saying, okay, are you ready for this? World? The world ain't ready for what, but I am, because I'm sick of freaking being, this small percentage of the population that is, like, looked down on, because we're all looked at like we're crazy, and then now all this stuff is coming out verifying what we always knew to be true, because it's our life, it's our lives, and it can't be denied. And people that feel uncomfortable about things, they just go, oh no, when you start to say something, like, I mean, I was raped when I was 10 months old. To look at people's, you know what I mean? I'm like, could you imagine how I feel? I've never had any compensation for that in my whole life. All I've gotten is from freaking narcissists to say things like, get over it. You know, and I'm like, oh, I've gotten over it. I've gotten over that, and I've gotten over this, and I've gotten over this, and I've gotten over all these other things, and I'm still not a withholding human being. So what's your motherfucking problem, yeah? The ones that have it all. The ones that are, oh my God, I'm a millionaire. I've worked in Hollywood my whole life, but now I have to pay my own insurance premiums. Whatever the fuck should I do? You know, it's like the playing field has been leveled. People are finding out that we're all spirits and we're all the fucking same. We're all the same. But some control, greedy, nasty, gross mofos have wrecked it for the rest of us. And now, concoct hourglass. The hourglass is turning. So all of us that have been on the bottom, I got the Chief Don't Run going on in my ear right now. Makes me want to dance. Yeah, Chief Don't Run, and everybody's finding their inner chief. They're lining up with their masculine and their feminine, and they're saying, no, this shit ain't flying no more. No, I do not consent. No, I will not wear it. No, 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 I do not. No, I'm not gonna do your evil shit for you. And you know what was really cool that Trump did when he went around his world tour, and he was talking, because like Prince Charles, evil, wicked, evil man, right? Just gross. We won't even get into his nefariousness. Pervert too, okay? Trump and I have the same placements. We got 3 significant placements that are the same. We're both Scorpio moon. So our heart, we will sting you, but you know, that's what you get. You know, you could have been cool and you weren't, so you're gonna get the Scorpio, you know? We're just being us. We ain't never said we're not gonna sting you, you know? Thanks for the ride across the creek, you know? Appreciate it. Whatever, you know? And I'm Heyoka, so when people think the worst of me, they're gonna get it. And then I'll show them, oh, you thought that was the worst? Let me show you what's worse, just to prove to them that their imagination ain't shit. You know? So, just, you know, I just try to be cool and stuff. And then when people aren't cool to me, I'm just Scorpio, just like DT. So when he went around this world tour and he told all these presidents, leaders, all over the country that their gig was up. This happened last year, like right after he came into, a couple years ago. Yeah. Well, no, he came into a bunch of information about how all these people have been selling people and doing, yeah. So he went around with the proof evidence and showed them the digital evidence and said, oh, you're fucked. So you're gonna do whatever I tell you're in my house now, bitch. Right, welcome to Trump land. So he went around, but what was I thought was cool is that he went around to talk to like Prince Charles guards, and then he talked to the Secret and he talked to all these guys and said, you know what, guys, he's like assuring them that the shit that they had to witness because it was their job, that rest assured that justice will be served to these people that have done it all. And that he, you know, and he talks about, no other presidents talked about God like Donald Trump talks about God. They just don't do it. You know, I mean, not in the same genuine, yeah. I have trouble with that word. I'm having trouble with words a lot lately. But it's kind of fun because it helps me make up my own sometime. This is a cool picture. It was a tree inside of another tree coming out. You want to see that, Mom?
Is this from the outside?
No, this is some on Facebook. It's on social media. Yeah, it's like the old tree. It's like the earth right now. It's like Gaia is coming up. Gaia is coming up into the frequency that she was supposed to be her whole, you know, before the controllers. Like, Mom, we never had an Earth where nobody was, like, in control. We've never, like, you know what I mean? Where people could just go around. I can imagine just like, Mom, let's get a motorhome. Like, because everything's already on this Earth, you know? And we can go to places and just, like, use them. You don't have to pay for shit, because money's not real. And people do it just because of our pretty smile. Let us do it. And I'm a Heyoka, so I wonder what else people would let me do because I'm a Heyoka. You know? So I need to start manifesting some better stuff, right? Yeah. You know? We like Arizona, though. We like Arizona. Not that, no, I mean, this is good. This is where we are, where we land. It's going to be a long, hard winter, but spring, I think we're going to look for a little shad, huh? Little shack. Little shack of our own. Try and shoot for, just because, you know, I always have to have goals, because if I can't be stagnant, you know, that's why, you know, I go to a place and then I try to establish a life there, and then either the area welcomes me or not. And I've already had a couple synchronicities, like the guy that picked up the big red truck, and the tow truck driver, Joey, you know, he knows the neighbor next door. And then when I told our roomies that the truck driver that came and got the big red truck knows the neighbor next door, they're like, oh, that must be the guy that the neighbor said, if you ever have problems, call Joey for a tow.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So, I mean, I'm already making that connection, and I've been here a week. I mean, I that's how, you know, and then I give my cookies away, you know, and then I get to make butter, and I get to give my cookies away, and then, like, I tell people, hey, you got IT problems. You know, anybody needs help with their IT stuff, here are my cards, just let me know. And I talked to the woman that received the truck at the shop, and her husband is a Marine that has, and I hope to have conversations with him, because I'm looking for one of the 5-600 that came back after the first wave of Ibraki. I'm looking for one of those 500, because I was there and I saw what they had. I just saw that. I just want to be like Donald Trump and say, man, it wasn't you, man. You were just doing what you were told, man. And I saw what it did to those guys. Because it doesn't.
That would be a great deal of.
So I just, and even if he's not one of the 500, I can talk to him, and I can tell him how I got to flip Baby Bush off on 9/11 out the hangar door. Because I knew what the fuck he was then. And ain't none of those other people around me were joining me. I was the only one. I do it all for you guys, man. I do it all for you. For all those people that never had a chance to speak up for themselves. I always speak up, because I'm going to be the one in the room that says, this is bullshit. If I see bullshit. And then I always get punished. So I can take shit. I can take a lot of shit. I've taken a lot of shit in my life, and I wait it out, and then other people get to receive the karma of giving me shit. And I'm pretty sure they do. I don't usually get to stick around, because I don't want to see, you know, because it's still harmful. When people receive their karma, it still hurts them. And when people hurt, even if I don't like them, it hurts me. So I don't like seeing people hurt, but... Yeah. Oh, the light went out. We gotta charge it again. So I guess I'm gonna end the talk for now. We'll be back later on soon. Thanks for hanging out. Hope you have a rad day. Peace.